I have never in my life screamed so loud. Sorry the light's like super like weird across my chest. This is the best time I have because Raylan is at a babysitter's house, aka Pal's mom's house, and Liam is sleeping. So that's why I've been wearing the same thing in like every single one of these videos so far, because I'm trying to knock them out while I have the chance. So hey guys, welcome to my channel. Another paranormal story. I know so far they've been super cheesy and like everyone's probably like, that's not paranormal, like that's not even scary. But whatever, because it was scary to me in the moment. So my dad flipped houses when I was in high school. I helped him with a lot of it. We bought this one particular house in the historic portion of downtown Raleigh one time. It had been like a multi-family unit that had originally been like a big, like a estate of some sort. And we were transforming it into just like one big house that we were eventually going to be living in. So I was there for a lot of the process. We stripped this house like completely down to like nothing, okay? We kept the bones of it and tore everything else away. So I watched this house be made from the inside out, literally. I did a lot of the work with my dad. I, was there for most of it, so I knew a lot about what the house looked like, obviously. And not just what it looked like, but in detail because I was doing a lot of the work with him. So that being said, there was a fireplace in every room because of the era that this house was built in. We took the fireplaces out and it just created this empty space. And we put a wall, I guess, where the fireplace was. Like we tore the fireplace out and then put a wall there at an angle. So it looked like an angled wall where a fireplace would have been. Do you know what I'm saying? I hope you get what I'm saying. So basically behind that was just like an empty space of where there used to be like a fireplace. So my dad's plan was to put an intercom system throughout the house because it was so large and me and my sister were teenagers, so it's much easier to just like press a button and be like, hey, come down for dinner, than like to scream at us through our music that we just like were jamming all the time. So he was gonna put an intercom system in the house. We ended up moving in before this intercom system was put in place. So what we all had in our rooms, beside our door was like this whole about this big that basically was going to house the intercom once they installed it. So me being the crazy paranoid person that I am, before we even moved in, I remember I took a flashlight and I shined it into that hole because where the hole was where the giant empty space was where the fireplace used to be. So you could look through this hole and see this giant space on the other side of the wall. So me being the crazy person that I am, I decided before we even moved in that I was going to have absolutely none of that, and I took a flashlight and I shined it in and just checked it out, okay? Because you can't ever be, too sure that there's not something living in it. I really apologize for this lighting. This is just absurd. I look insane. Anyway, so basically, I was shining the light. I checked every single inch of that hole out, okay? And it was huge. So every morning from then on, I always got ready. I had a mirror hanging on my door, and so I would stand at my door and flat iron my hair, do my makeup, and to the left of me, out of the corner of my eye, I could always see this hole, and I was just waiting for something to pop out of it. I did this for a couple of months. We'd been living there for a while, and every time before I would do my hair, once again being the crazy paranoid person that I am, I would always shine a light in there first to make sure nothing was like staring at me, get ready. So I'm standing there doing my hair one day and the light's coming in through this big window and I'm like having a fun old time, and once again being paranoid, I always would look at the hole with like the corner of my eye like, please don't let me see anything every time I look up. And I look up and I see something written on one of the 2x4s, like one of the beams in the wall, like some of the framing. So I was like, no, I'm not really seeing this, am I? Because I'd rather not. So I took a light again, and I kind of peeked back for a second and looked inside, and sure as this line of random light on my chest, there was it looked like pencil maybe. Something had written "hi" on the piece of wood. I have never in my life screamed so loud. I screamed at the absolute top of my lungs, And instead of just going out my door like a smart person because I would have to walk by the hole again, I literally locked myself in my closet and screamed and called my sister, and she had to come and get me out. I was so horrified. I actually have a picture because my dad took one because he felt really uncomfortable about what had happened, and he sent it to all of the people he contracted out to help build the house to see if they had done it as like a joke or whatever. And I kept telling him, like, you don't understand. I have looked in this hole so many times because I'm so scared of it. It's just like my closet fear. I just don't like it. I know that wasn't there because it was like when you looked in the hole, you would have had no choice but to see it. Probably another scary thing about it is that you could not reach it. So no one, like my sister didn't just stick her arm in there and write it on the wall. Like you couldn't reach it. He contacted and called right in front of me all the people who helped build the house, and he was like, hey, my daughter is like losing her effing mind, like, did you do this on her, like in that one room upstairs? And every single person was like, no, why would I do that? Like, I wouldn't do that. So we never were able to figure out how it got there. I, at this point, am like about 99% sure that that house was just haunted, because when we were taking the walls off, in all of our demo, we found a lot of things written on wood, like love notes, love letters, like messages. We found basically someone's whole entire hidden love, I guess you could say, inside the walls of this house. Some of it was written on paper, but a lot of it was written on like pieces of wood. We have no idea how it got back in the walls, but I'm like convinced that somebody died there, like whoever wrote all those notes died there, and then just is still writing notes to people inside the walls, because I am like, that's the only connection that I can make that makes sense. Like no one reached it, it wasn't there before, it just miraculously appeared one day. If I do have the picture, I will insert it. I know I have it somewhere, it's just if I can find it or not. But you know, that's pretty much the gist of that house and that particular story. Other things happened at that house, like every time I was in the shower, the door to the bathroom would open, and there was like this creepy like storage space like inside the like linen closet in that bathroom, where basically like you could open it and it just looked like this big dark hole essentially. It was creepy. That would open. Like one day I was once again there by myself, and I got out of the shower and the front door was wide open, and it sounded like someone was walking around downstairs. Like creepy stuff in this house. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope it was interesting, and let me know what you think about it down below, and if you think someone really was tricking me, or if whoever it was trying to communicate. Follow all my social media links down below. Give me a big thumbs up to let me know you're enjoying this series, and don't forget to subscribe. We put out videos every single day. Thank you guys for watching. Bye!